On the 15th of June 2008 in Brielle, New Jersey, a young woman was struck by a New Jersey transit train. She was found with a change of clothes and wearing religious jewelry. No one stepped forward to claim they knew her, to say they were her friend or family member. While we know what she looked like, her scars, even her DNA, 10 years later, the one thing we still don't know is her name. The borough of Brielle, New Jersey is approximately 62 miles from New York City. One of the belongings that the Monmouth County Jane Doe had in her possession was a brown tote bag with New York printed on it. In the bag were a change of clothes, a toothbrush, a lighter, and maps of the area. To me, this sounds like Jane Doe wasn't native to the location in which she was found. She may have been a hitchhiker or perhaps on the run. While the authorities say the maps are of the area, they don't specify how many maps or what the areas were. For instance, Brielle specifically, the state of New Jersey, New York City, etc. What's also uncertain are the exact circumstances of her death. Yes, she was struck by a train, but it is unclear if it was an accident or suicide. I suppose there is a slim possibility it was homicide. However, if there were witnesses, beyond the victim and presumably the conductor, there is no mention made in the report by the New Jersey State Police. By this omission, I would perceive it more likely that the authorities believe the young woman's death to have been a tragic accident and nothing more, but that is conjecture. Certainly there is no indication they are investigating it as anything else. So for the purposes of this video, we will go with accidental death, perhaps attempting to cross the tracks before the train reached it. Brielle is not far from the coast of New Jersey, which is cooler than other parts even in summer months, and often has sea breezes off the oceans, which may account for the sweatshirts Jane Doe was wearing and carrying in her bag. According to the weather report from Monmouth Executive Airport in neighboring Wall Township, for June 15, 2008, the high was 78 degrees Fahrenheit, which translates to a high of about 23 Celsius and a low of 20.5. There was, however, a wind speed of 21 miles per hour and a thunderstorm on record. That too might account for the heavy clothing. While I've never been to New Jersey, I'm also given to understand that it's cool in the morning and evening in the summer, so sweatshirts wouldn't be out of place. I have not been able to find information on what time of day it was when she was struck by the train. Jane Doe was found immediately after her death, of course, and so her face was recognizable, though not in a state to be shown to the public in a direct photograph. Instead, this composite was developed. She was white, with short, straight brown hair and hazel eyes. According to the New Jersey State Police, she was believed to be between the ages of 18 and 40, a rather wide estimate. She was between 5'3" and 5'6" tall, and weighed between 115 and 130 pounds, which translates as between 160 and 168 centimeters tall, and between 52 and 59 kilograms in mass. She had short fingernails that were painted silver with a white stripe. Jane Doe had a scar on each hand and a scar on her abdomen that was 2 1/4 inches long, or 57.15 millimeters, that appeared to indicate an appendectomy. According to the National Missing and Unidentified Persons System, the appendix was indeed absent. Dental charts, fingerprints, and DNA have all been entered into national databases, but thus far there have been no matches. Jane Doe was found wearing religious jewelry, which is displayed on screen now. She was wearing a blue rosary-style bead necklace with a cross and a wooden bracelet with images of saints on it in the style of icons. When her body was found, she was wearing a red sweatshirt, a white t-shirt on top of the sweatshirt, and had a white partial button-down shirt wrapped around her waist. She was also wearing light green underwear, white socks, and white Adidas brand sneakers with 3 black stripes. There is mention of black jeans with a zipper on the left and right side of the waist, but the National Missing and Unidentified Persons System suggests that she was wearing them, while the New Jersey State Police states that they were found in her tote bag. Also in her tote bag, which again was a brown bag with New York printed on it, were a blue sweatshirt with a scene of snow-covered trees and a cardinal, a sun hat with blue flowers, a black and white bandana, and a blue and yellow scarf with yellow flowers. It also contained a toothbrush, cap, lighter, and the aforementioned maps. Based on the style of clothing found and the maps, I do find myself questioning if Jane Doe was native to the area. However you slice it, I don't think people usually wear sweatshirts depicting winter scenes in the middle of June, which would make me think it was something she was carrying around for a while. On the other hand, it may have just been something comfortable or something warm she grabbed thinking she was going to be out for a couple of days. Perhaps she had gone to the beach. But again, the maps make me think she was unfamiliar with the local area. That, and no one came forward to provide a name for the young woman struck by a train. Someone who has stepped out for a day or two at the beach with friends wouldn't still be a Jane Doe 10 years later. Given the fact that her minimum age was proposed to be 18, it's likely that her third molars had emerged, though their status is not remarked upon in the documentation. Emerged, emerging, or removed. However, she still could have voluntarily left home, even as an adult, and been a hitchhiker and/or runaway, albeit one with very few belongings. She also could have had more belongings stored elsewhere, wherever she was sleeping, for instance. Based on the tote bag, I would think that she had come from or visited New York State, likely New York City, plus, as previously mentioned, New York City is not far from where she died. On the other hand, it could have been a thrift store purchase acquired for its size. I mention this because in the photograph, the bag doesn't look new. It doesn't seem like a recent purchase or something that was purchased new, one or the other. Plus, if she was from New York, I don't know that she would purchase a bag advertising that fact. I don't know about people from other areas, but I don't know that I've ever purchased a bag or shirt with the name of the city or state I was living in at the time. Such things seem marketed for tourists rather than residents, or for people moving away who want to remember the area. Granted, that is only a personal theory. Due to the fact the rosary found with Jane Doe was accompanied by the bracelet with images of saints, it would suggest that she was inclined toward Catholicism, perhaps even actively practicing, though that cannot, of course, be conclusively determined since she is deceased. Lutherans and Episcopalians both use prayer beads similar to the Catholic rosaries. The Lutherans began advocating this practice again in 2005, and Episcopalians have fewer beads, but are extremely unlikely to have images of the saints with them given the religion's beliefs on the veneration of saints. Logically, and hopefully, the authorities would have consulted with Catholic dioceses in the area in which Jane Doe was found in the hope someone would have recognized her. But whatever actions the authorities may or may not have taken in 2008, she remains a Monmouth County Jane Doe. Once again, Jane Doe is believed to have been between 18 and 40 years of age when she died on June 15, 2008, near Brielle, New Jersey. She was white with short, straight brown hair and hazel eyes. Her nails were painted silver with a white stripe. She had a scar on each hand and a scar on her abdomen from an appendectomy. She was between 5'3" and 5'6", or 160 and 168 centimeters tall, and weighed between 115 and 130 pounds, or 52 and 59 kilograms. Among her clothing were black jeans with a zipper on the left and right side of the waist, and a blue sweatshirt with a scene of snow-covered trees and a cardinal. She was found with a brown tote bag with the word New York on it that had a change of clothes, a black and white bandana, a sun hat with blue flowers, a blue and yellow scarf with yellow flowers, a toothbrush, cap, lighter, and maps of the area. She was wearing religious jewelry, namely a blue rosary and a wooden bracelet with images of saints in the style of icons. Her dental records, fingerprints, and DNA have been submitted to the appropriate databases and are available for comparison. If you have any information that can help authorities identify the 2008 Monmouth County Jane Doe, please contact the New Jersey State Police at 1-800-709-7090 or email them at the address on screen, which can also be found in the description. Please bear in mind that these are real stories about real people and treat them with the respect they and their families deserve. To contact the authorities regarding this case, their information can be found in the description. Someone out there knows the truth. I only hope that someday they come forward. Thank you, and good night.